Okay, so what I'm doing tonight is on my Dodge Ram 2500 2000 year diesel, I'm going to be installing this steering column or steering box stiffener. I'll notice when I'm driving it down the road, it's got a little bit of sway that way and that way. And I was reading online and watched a video, and a guy recommended that I buy this kit. And so basically it bolts up down here where the sway bar is. I'll show you here underneath the car. And basically, I already taken one of the bolts out, but it bolts up to the sway bar. And then at the bottom of the box, see that big bolt there. Sorry. What's that? Jack's kind of away. Basically, you bolt it right about there. Yeah, so that nut there, it surrounds it, and then it compresses onto this other bearing that comes in the kit, which is right here. Boom, and it stiffens it. So I'm going to take those two bolts out, one on each side of the sway bar, and drop it. I put a jack on it so I can lower it manually, so it's got some tension on it, or that way it doesn't have tension on it when I'm dropping it. And then basically I have to take that big bolt off, a couple other bolts, and well, Bob's your uncle. So we'll see how quick this goes. It says it should take an hour. Okay, so I got the 4 bolts out, which you can see. Okay, see, there's out. So next step is going to be allow the sway bar linkage to come down. So we're gonna let it come down a touch. Let's see here. Or maybe I over tighten the damn jack. One hand is hard. Woo. Well, the car's coming down a touch. And sway bar linkage is coming down a touch. I'm gonna guess that's probably far enough. Leave it there. Next step. Step 3, if you will. That's cool. All right. Remove the 1/15 inch socket holding the steering arm assembly on. Alrighty. Fun times. Big guy now. Alrighty, so next step, you got to take this guy, which comes in the kit, and basically you take the lock washer, which you can kind of see is in between it, and basically thread it up through. Now, one of the things you're going to probably have to go down to the store and buy, which I doubt anybody's going to carry, is an 1 3/4 deep wall socket, because this guy is a deep socket and it barely fits on there. But basically, once you get it on there, you torque it down to 180 foot-pounds. Next step after that is going to be to slide the bar up there, and kind of in between these sway bars. So next video you see is going to be me either putting it on or putting it up. Started so I can kind of center it right, so you don't want to strip any of those out. That would be a bad day. And then apply some Loctite, hand tighten them down with the tool, whatever, but just so enough you can slide this guy a bit if you need to. Once that's on there, then the next step is going to be to put the bearing on. Alrighty, next step is you're going to take those 2 bolts that come in the kit and you're going to drop them down in there. You're going to actually take your shafts, which is this guy, and it's going to go up flush mount. Now there's a little set screw, so just keep an eye on that. Make sure that that's lined up right in the kit, which I believe it says it is supposed to face towards the steering arm. So get that up there, tighten it on with the lock washers. Bob's your uncle. So last step is, besides cleanup, you want to make sure that the steering wheel moves okay. Obviously there's no binding or anything, so check that. If it is binding, loosen it up and kind of adjust that main bearing thing. It does have some set screws in there, but in the instructions it tells you don't really need them. I tighten them down just in case. Also, make sure you tighten everything down to support torque specs. This is a serious thing. It's your steering box. You don't want to screw this up. I wish I would have had sway bar bushings, because I probably would have done those, but live and learn. Looks good up there though. So grease everything up, clean everything up, call it good. It's dark, time for bed. So I took it out on the highway and I noticed a big difference in just correction lane to lane. So I think that made a big improvement. So I'm very excited to see how this goes towing. It's dark, so I'm out. If you enjoyed this video, hopefully I'll be doing some more stuff on this Dodge now that it's a part of my fleet. Like and subscribe, I guess. Good night.